Where's Ligo as he's wrapping around?
Just go mid.
Yeah.
Ligo here, very far forward, does not expect this. Glacial Path does not take it because you're going right into the Trundle, so nowhere to go. First blood over to Anda.
Love that setup coming out from Anda, and we see Lorlo paying respects with that trinket, so Ligo still has his active, so not throwing that down here. Will get punished for it. The saving of Flash, correct play from the mid laner of Dignitas. He knew he was going down. And Anda, we credited him for how intelligent his pathing is, for how powerful he is as a jungler, with just the smart abilities of, you know, where to be on the map. Is a great example of him changing up that path, not going for top lane how we expected, but instead having the correct audible, going mid, and forcing Sligo to fall behind early.
If the recall stopped it.
It's a bit of both. And now Keith, no flash.
He goes back in. Yeah, Keith walks too far forward. You just flashed, and JJ knows that, so locked down. Spawn picks up the kill, and that's Sligo. Waiting against Freddy. Bo's electrocutes go down. But not the better of that one, but no kills. Bot lane, though, Spawn getting the kill. That's big.
Yeah, I really like the play from JJ, right? Forcing that flash, just understanding the fact that you have your jungler on Gromp and Will coming down to support that after. Good team play coming out of Dignitas, understanding their windows of when they can aggress and punishing that summoner spell being down. That prevents Immortals from what they were trying to do. The reason that Keith was overextended, which was potentially set up that dragon before Rift Herald spawns. Now you prevent that from happening, and Immortals will have to try and side for Rift Herald, which is the much more valuable objective when you have a team with Jason.
You see JJ backs, picks up the Ionian Boots of Lucidity, and runs right back into the top jungle.
Yep.
So JJ's on the top half of the map, ready to prep for this. Joey's here first. The Alistair's already on the top 5 rush. But resetting, I think Dignitas Academy. Oh, they even spotted.
Oh, wow.
AJ just spotted Joey back, so they should know there's no cow up here. You can go very aggressive out of Viper. Hextech ultimatum down by Lorlo. Viper flashes the knockup. Can't trade the kill. Lorlo picks it up.
That's really unlucky timing for the side of Immortals, but still good play from Dignitas as JJ, once again, in the right place at the right time, understanding that that bot lane matchup doesn't really matter. Alistar can never really truly pressure spawn Xayah. He always time leading up to Breeding Grounds. Is that communication and consistency in the mid game around comms? Now, this is something that, credit to Immortals in their loss in the first game, I think they did really well. They did return to that game plan of playing through sides, and they were able to force Dignitas in some awkward situations. And frankly, that is a game that Immortals almost won through their mid-game play. Now with this one, it's another early game where Dignitas have fought back despite Immortals' first punch, and you're going to need to rely on what they've been working on throughout the break, which is that improved mid-game as Keith. Oh, still no flash.
Hard engage onto Keith bot lane. Joey looks to save him. Cannot. Nicely done by Dignitas. Again, capitalizing on Keith. Too far forward on this Jhin. Not have the mythic item completed yet, so... Yeah, okay, that's another kill. That's more golden XP denied from Immortal to AD carry as they get the full Herald. Dignitas Academy were too busy and around in the mid lane, but they did not spot that to contest it in time. And that will be Immortals with another objective. But over the wall, Orlo getting very aggressive right now. They follow up with the charm. Double knock up here with Hextech ultimatum. Joey's down, but Viper's joined in. It's traded right back as Lorlo has fallen. The resets for Will. JJ gets the other kill onto Anda. And Dignitas get a trade 2-for-1.
Viper was he was on the Raptors, but he's being pulled bot as a wave did crash in that bot lane. And Dignitas timed their engage with this, as you're not going to see Viper spotted. I think that's why Dignitas pulled off a play that at first looked like it was potentially over-aggressive, but they just focused down the cow beautifully, allow Will to get resets, and once Viego gets one reset in a fight, you cannot win the fight, as Viper wasn't able to participate and also loses that wave bot. The Dignitas syncing up their plays, timing that, find another win on the map for themselves and continue to slowly push the pace of this game in their favor.
Slow push of the pace, but a very advantageous one right now because Dignitas 3 kills on spawn. This Xayah, we already mentioned how defensive she can play, but also outputs a good amount of damage. She is in fact an AD carry after all. So Immortals, they really need to be respecting this Xayah, but also thinking about, okay, how do we deal with this Xayah? As the dragon stacking can continue for Dignitas, they can just keep grouping up for these big objectives and taking these team fights.
The river, we might see a trade of dragon for a turret here, but seeding that mid poke or that mid wave.
Get the top laners though.
Yeah.
Lorlo's coming from the river. Viper's coming from behind the dragon wall. Soligo goes in. They caught Keith. And he's just blown up at the start of the fight. Beautiful pick there from Dignitas. Great target selection. And the resets from Will mean that Immortals have to back off. Soligo sees the angle and just pulls the trigger.
There's no cleanse, there's no crucible, there's no QSS on Keith, and this means that he's able to really push up towards this easily. Soligo does go golden. JJ is enough to deter that. That puts Dignitas on soul point. And we talked about whoever gets frozen 2 needs to die first. Dignitas execute upon that beautifully, and it is Soligo finding this engage. This is a really nice Lysandra engage. Keith should not be here, but since he is, Soligo punishes this beautifully.
And you even see, uses the heal, uses the flash, still goes down. Does not matter. And that was actually Lorlo Hextech ultimating Anda. I was like, how did Keith get all the way over to Raptor Pit? He was kind of knocked over there like a bowling ball, or rather a pin, getting smacked by that bowling ball. Keith even has the Gale Force now, but no summoner spells. Needs to play out these next couple minutes very carefully, very reserved here, because Dignitas keep getting these leads. Now up to 2,000, like you said, on soul point as well. And Baron's now on the table too, so if they get another play like that, 2 kills, Dignitas could probably just start with the Baron and hard force it.
What I like for Dignitas too is that this isn't the most complicated comp to pull off. This is pretty straightforward, as Dignitas trying to collapse yet again.
He's going to run at them as JJ. You know,
yeah, here goes Soligo.
For the engage. Now Soligo tries to get on the back line, but Joey, of course, can block him off. Warlow not taking that hook shot over the wall. Will disengage, but that
Keith?
will be flashed down on Anda. Okay.
Where's Keith?
Keith somehow, some way, made it into the bottom lane between the turrets, and yeah, realized, wait a minute. I left my keys at home. I just gotta take the quick race cream express back. Not quite sure how I made it here.
Me neither. It's been a really tough game.
Can we get a replay of Keith's pathing?
it's been a really tough game for Keith, as he's sitting at 0-4 and lost the 2v2, now being targeted down by Dignitas and in no man's land there. As Immortals looking a little bit desperate to make some plays. They engage on the JJ, but he just sneaks on out. And this is really a tough situation for Immortals, as because bot lane was able to get so far ahead for Dignitas, that enabled JJ to be first on the plays to find favorable ganks on the Viper, who also had to burn flash and still went down to one of those. That has really prevented Immortals from executing the game plan that I think they wanted to, which is playing through their very strong solo laners.
Mortals are struggling. I think that's, again, the momentum that we were talking about from Dignitas. They've had positive momentum coming in. They had a great end to their summer split. UGP was a great opportunity for them to kind of turn things around and keep their momentum rolling forward. Whereas then you look at Immortals Academy, they haven't played a game in quite a while. But Lorlo in the bot lane against Viper. Will's here too, but Spawn actually gets the kill over the wall. And it is now 5-0-3 on the Xayah. This is a series coming in from Dignitas right now as we get the replay of Keith's path.
I think the goal here is that they want to pincer the side of Dignitas, which makes sense, but I guess we just...
Do Joey and Anda take the blast cone back and Keith just sticks around? I feel like maybe it's got to be something like... Oh, he's over the wall. He's trying to use the range.
Yeah, I guess he can't blast cone over because it'd be into Soligo. So just a really good collapse from Dignitas forces Keith in a weird situation. As yeah, that's just something from the team going fishing. Keith, he can't blast cone over that wall, or else he just gets one shot by Lysandra. So he's at least trying to buy time to get the waves. All right, that's not quite as tough as I thought, but still, props to Dignitas for putting on so much pressure across the map. And now Kang gets red spot where we're a $115 away from what could be Cloud Soul point for Dignitas. I know that this isn't the most thrilling soul, the most powerful soul that we have in the game, but more ultimates for Soligo, that's more chances for Viego to make plays off of those ultimates. And can only help Dignitas in the long run, as they're actually looking to collapse on this top side, as Joey was hovering pretty. Gordo now up here to hover Soligo.
Joey's out. He's gotten back to the safety of the turret, but you gotta imagine that thing is going to
prevent the Baron from going over.
And again, this is still pretty impactful. Dragon Soul for Dignitas Academy's composition, specifically Rakan, one of the best champions with Cloud Soul. Propping your ult for the movement speed anyway. Well, how about an extra burst on top of the Shurelias? You're going to be running at Keith real fast. and he's got to be very careful about that. So Soul picked up. Teleport's going into the top lane right now as Dignitas are roaming up there too. Looks like defensive teleports from Immortals as the camera pans up. Viper in trouble, locks down, and he's taken down. JJ even follows up on a pretty double kill to Lorlo, and that should be Baron for Dignitas.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3 for Dignitas as they use those lockdown ultimates to find 2 members of Immortals, and now still have the option to make a turn. It's a 5v3, and if Will gets one reset, that fight is over. Really tough for Immortals.
And it might have to flash. I think you kind of have to flash to go for the steal here, but no, Immortals are stuck on the opposite side now. Anda's just going for a back. Trying to reset right now. They're calling off the steal attempt. Immortals will just catch the mid-wave, shove in one here, but Dignitas Academy coming out massively ahead off of this play.
And what a performance
that might be a turret.
Our 8th place Academy team as, Panda, nice cancel.
Okay, he has the pillar, but JJ can still lock him down here. The Battle Dance knocks him up. Lorlo providing a lot of damage here. Subjugates down. Anda's trying to steal away the stats, but it doesn't matter against the true damage. And Lorlo picks up the kill. They don't even get the tier 2 mid turret. Immortals struggling under the pressure of Dignitas Academy. You said it, the 8th place Academy team having a resurgence off of the end of their final week in Academy and then going into UGP, and they are riding that momentum forward.
And it's been Will for a lot of it, but this one, a lot of credit deservingly should go to Spawn and JJ, who have taken 2 lanes and have straight up just won them in the 2v2 and really opened up things for Dignitas to attack the game plan of Immortals. That is their solo laners, right? Attacking Pretty, attacking Viper. Because JJ was up, he had first move, he had first roam, they were able to put them behind, and this lockdown with Saligo Cassandra, it's too much to deal with.
Ooh, Saligo goes forward.
He's got his team now.
He's there to back him up. Viper's been here this entire time. Immortals just gave up the middle inhibitor because they were trying to get a pick on the Saligo in the bottom lane. But that's Lissandra with Zonius, with Ultimate, with that Glacial Path. You're not getting on top of that Lissandra. And Saligo plays it pretty safe, plays it well. Resets come through for Dignitas Academy. I imagine this is the game-ending push here with the gold that they're about to spend, with the lead that they have. Let's get a look at the replay to see how this played out.
Well, we're going to see R pressed on Viper, and then we're going to see R pressed on the Blanc, and guess what? Neither of them can move, so they both die. Boom. Analysis.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's why we pay you the big bucks.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, for Dignitas, we talked about how easy it is to execute their composition. This is just clinical from them, and Immortals have missed their windows, missed their strengths to get those solo laners off the ground, and because of that, it's been all Dig. Not only, I should say for game 1, they did bounce back, but now for game 2.
Oh, he said too.
Really tough to play the Blanc into Camille and the Sandra.
Yeah, a lot of lockdown. Both of those ultimates pretty annoying to deal with. And, I mean, with that pick here, Dignitas, let's see how you close it out. 5 members grouping up mid. It's going to come down to the hard shove. Go for the game-ending play. Immortals Academy. They made it to the playoffs. They're into Proving Grounds. They have 2 of the Proving Ground champions from Spring Split. They're about to fall 2-0 to Dignitas Academy, the winners of UGP under the turret, diving them. Keith is down again, and Dignitas just cannot be stopped. Massive gold lead means a massive team fight win.